without you.
Live. Okay, ow. Live from the internet, it is the Half-Ass Show on MNR. Welcome in, everybody. I am Brandon.
And I'm Alien. This time we're separated. We're not together
Yeah.
because Brandon hated me slapping him.
Also, it's like, it's like you gotta kind of sometimes, with the theater of the mind, you have to help it a little bit, and having that glass wall there, people think we're far apart, so it kind of gotta lean into it sometimes.
I kind of was thinking about getting like a filter, so it sounds like I'm actually behind the plastic.
Whoa, what the hell was that? I heard a
Yeah,
behind you.
yeah, that's me putting my hand over the microphone. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Threw
Anyway,
me off there, that's all.
yeah.
Tonight's gonna be a little more informal than it usually is. We're kind of look. I had 4 days off. I just didn't give a shit.
And he told me you should be doing more for the thing. And I said, well,
No, you volunteered. There's a difference.
I did. I said it from the start. That what was it last weekend? I said, Brandon,
Yeah.
you know what? You do a lot for the fucking thing. I can take my thing and do it, I guess.
And I did not argue with you. I let you go even.
It's your vacation. We're gonna talk about things that I like. Now you're gonna deal
So,
with my bullshit.
All right, so I'm just gonna put these up here and let Illy run the show. I'll just kind of time in every so often.
Oh my
and
God.
that roll.
Don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk, Brandon.
Like, well, if I'm on vacation like that, is what you were saying.
Oh my God. Behave, Brandon.
You walked into that one. And
I'm gonna go walk up there and slap you. I am not that far away.
Okay, hang on. Let me. So you're gonna come that close to me, huh? Gonna come that close to me.
Yeah, sure. I guess.
Why
I'll
would
throw
you
the.
do that, first of all?
What?
I don't know, but it's like, we have now music for that.
Get ready for the next battle.
Lol. You had it for 2 seconds and you're already using it. Bravo.
Why not?
Bravo.
Why not?
Yeah, wait. I need to have also my sound bar here because then I can't do this. So, anyway.
Yeah, and of course we can't forget our favorite one.
So fucking loud. Anyway, how you doing, Brandon?
I'm good. Like I said, I've been on, like, as of Thursday, I was on the vacation mode, and it's just been like, like, I've been, honestly, it's not been like a vacation, because that would imply that I went somewhere, and I'm sitting at home drinking coffee, doing
That
this,
doesn't
so
have
obviously.
anything wrong. I think it's
No.
a great vacation.
Oh, I've been enjoying every moment of this.
Yeah, like knowing that you don't have responsibilities to do with people and shit.
Oh, I
yeah.
do. I mean, we've had responsibilities here this week.
Right.
Yeah,
Huh.
I mean, this morning it's like, oh no, the pets need food. Go around and give everybody pet food. Okay, we're good. Oh, I'm gonna go back to play Spider-Man now.
Oh yeah, the perks, I guess.
Yeah. Which
That's
I found it funny. We're gonna talk about it more in a little bit, but we got Spider-Man 2 last night, and it's like I was looking forward to the game, and it was like, okay, it's gonna come when it's gonna come. But I was really okay with that.
Yeah.
We went about our day, we did
Yeah.
things. You, however, I did not realize you were that involved. It's like as soon as I got, it's like, did you install it yet? Did you install it yet? Why is it not installed yet? I'm like,
because I needed to go to bed early, and I'm
yeah,
like,
but it's also at the same time, I didn't know you were that invested in it. Like, you just kind of, do you get where I'm going with this? Because you don't really like tip your hand on it that much. And I was sitting there like, oh, you actually want to see this? What?
I've been since they started talking about the Spider-Man thing. I've been even thinking, I kind of want to buy the last one because I want all my fucking Spider-Mans.
And I have it all.
You don't have the old Spider-Mans, the new
The
one.
old Spider-Man. Oh, you're talking
Like the
movies?
one with what? I can watch the Amazing Spider-Man and the original Spider-Man movies on anywhere else right now, but I can't watch the last one. You know what I'm talking about?
Even though, and they're trying damned hard to make that character look like him, and I'm like, I don't see it, but okay.
I don't see it myself. I remember that we were bitching about that the last time that they did the update, and I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, where is it? I don't see it. So,
Yeah. But, I mean, whatever. I will say, very quickly, it's been worth the wait. Like, the opening scenes alone are just, like, they just throw you right into, like, Marvel Cinematic crazy.
Oh, yeah. I was, like, having, like, yes. I'm just gonna stay for the intro. I don't care if I go to bed late. It's fine. I have reasons to be semi-awake.
Also, at the same time, it was kind of beneficial that I actually played the games before, played the first one again, because it's like as soon as I jumped in, it's like boom, 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 boom. Like I didn't have any. There wasn't any of that rust. It was just like bobbing and weaving, throwing people, webbing up, all that stuff.
Oh my god, I love that first scene when you're just like in the web clinging shit, and I'm like, this is so good. I need to play it, but I always end up like, nah, I'm just gonna watch Brandon play it. That's better, I guess.
And it's like you come on the day, it's like, well, I got a bunch of suits and I'm doing a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And this is just like for opening hours. I'm not even like that far into it.
Oh, it's great. I'm enjoying the little that I saw the other day. It's pretty good. So
yeah. So that's there was also the Super Mario release this week, but we didn't get that one yet.
No, but I experienced it from a retail experience, which it was great. I didn't have to do anything. Remember, all this week I've been like so scared of Friday because I was kinda in charge of electronics this week. So the way that my boss is like, well, guess what? Guess who's gonna take care of that? Oh no, fuck you! I'm not gonna do it. Fuck that shit. And I did not do it. Some poor sap decided to take that turn, and you're doing God's work. And all of the best thing, and I forgot to tell you, they misplaced all the Mario games. They didn't know where they were.
They had the demo today. I forgot about that.
They did not have the backstock things. They had somewhere the boxes roaming around, and I was like just there, like, like, oh my god, this is great. I'm glad it's not me. Yeah, that was fun. Love it. I love working retail when it's not my problem. So.
Yeah, by the way, before we get out of the way here, let's get some show business taken care of. We have 3 new followers to the cult this week.
Yay!
Yep, and we have Z-Boy! And I'm not really exaggerating when I say that name. Yeah.
Welcome.
Let's see here. Melomini Aura. I'm not really sure if I pronounced that right or not, so sorry about that. And then Human Eerie Stew. I mean... Yeah, not really sure where to go. Not really sure to go with that one. So welcome into the cult. We thank you guys for the follow, and please, if you guys are joining us for the first time on this show, give us a follow if you like what we're doing. Obviously, if you got an Amazon Prime subscription and you're not using it right now for stuff, maybe consider subscribing. You get it ad free for a month, and we don't pay the bill. Bezos does.
Yes, let him pay for the bill. We have the monies and such, right? Like.
The human monies, yes.
The human monies.
So.
Well, great. I didn't think we were gonna get followers this week.
Well, every so often it chips in, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see here. Stream-wise, it's actually been a very heavy week of me, involuntary or not.
Yeah, it's been a week for me that I was like. Bleh. Also.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, we're going to talk about the thing we did on Wednesday last, just so you're aware, because I think that's what you're leading to.
Yeah, no.
But let's see here. Tuesday was Superhero Tuesday, and we finished up with the last Spider-Man game. We're retiring Spider-Man games for right now, more because I don't want to spoil the game, because I feel like it's one of those things you want to enjoy. So I'll figure something else for Superhero Tuesday out. I'm sure I can come up with something.
You have the Marvel games. I mean.
Yep, I can dig those out. That's a chance. Mm-hmm. We also have Thursday. I did it early in the day, but we built a Gundam on air and we finished it.
Yeah, I was drawing while you were doing that.
Yeah, and we built the Gundam aerial, and it was basically just me sitting here like trying to figure out how to coordinate a camera and put my thing in. Because I'm so used to putting stuff close to me, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta put it on screen when I do this, and.
Yeah, I see. I know how you feel when I did like the live streams of that. It's just a pain in the ass because I can't see what I'm drawing and I can't get comfy at all. So
yeah, it can be. So we're trying our best here, but every so often we stumble. But I want to try and kind of do that more. I actually. This is the curse of living in the area I live in. We have if you don't know what Hobby Lobby is, I'm not sure if they're like really up north or not. To be fair, we were over there on Thursday looking for stuff and. They had Gundam models, and I'm not talking like your little $10, $15 ones, but we're talking like the high-end shit. And it was all 40% off, so...
Yeah, it was insane, and Brandon wanted to grab the big one.
I wanted to, but I didn't want to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw the other one and I was like, I've been wanting this one a while too, so I grabbed that one instead. But also, I didn't realize the Hobby Lobby we have near us is like slowly turning into Gundam Central because not only do they have the models, they have specific paints that are Gundam branded. Like you can get the colors of like Gundams, like the original Gundam and
Oh
Char,
yeah.
a couple others. They have the markers there, which I still may get on Amazon as a refresh just because it's easier that way. And they have stands, and it's all the stuff you would need to like kind of get into the hobby. They actually have there now, which is really kind of slick and took them long enough.
You know, and I know that I should be buying more of my markers on Amazon and such, but I don't know why I don't trust them. I don't know why I prefer grabbing them from the store when I clearly know where they come from and how they come.
I feel it's one of those things that it's like if you're going to play with something, you kind of want to touch it. You want to, kind of get a look at the packaging before you buy it. So I can see where you're coming from that because it's like a tool to you. Yeah. And when you're looking at your tools, you want to make sure you're getting the right tool and you're getting the thing that works with it.
Yeah.
So
it's completely understandable.
Oh, absolutely. And also, the big thing is on Wednesday, we unveiled our MNR project, me and Illy, The Dominant Ones. We kind of went into a deep dive on that one. The video is on demand, by the way, so if you missed the whole presentation, you can watch it right now after we get done with the show, of course.
Yeah.
And, you see some of the art Illy has been working on, and we kind of go over the concepts and some of the story beats, not like revealing the whole thing, but we kind of talk about what's coming down the pike.
It was like not a deep dive, it was like a little sprinkle.
I refer to it as the elevator pitch. We had people in an elevator with us for an hour, so we're just like, fuck it, you're going to listen.
I put it like the stop button. Guess what, bitches? You're going to hear us, and you're going to like it.
It's kind of like, have you seen that commercial for the Visible mobile brand? Where it's like yada yada yada. It's like yada yada yada. I'm in a commercial already, and that's exactly what it looked like to us.
Yeah, it was a yada yada.
But I was really happy with the turnout, and honestly, it kind of lit a creative fire under me because I can now report we have 6 chapters now going to the Roz over here. She has read 4 of them, and she's already making visual notes. Yep, and you're getting them.
The thing is that I need to read them first and then start doing the notes for the artworks and such. Excuse me.
Because honestly, it's like if we just like publish the story today, I could probably blast out the first half like over the weekend I've been off, and we could launch like on Monday. But I want Illy to kind of read through it, and you gotta let the artist kind of take the visual side of things and present it how they want to.
Yeah, like the way that I want to present it right and pretty and attractive. So y'all are gonna have to be a bit.
Also, at the same time, she is I consider her co-author on the story, and she kind of needs to, if there's things it's like, nah, I don't think this works or something like that. She wants time to kind of be able to do it. We have had some people reach out to us and offer on the editing side. I thank them very much. I don't want, because we don't know who else is interested, but if you guys, we'll figure something out if you're interested or curious. But I think we kind of know who we're going to go with on that when we get closer. But
yeah.
We just want to kind of fine tune it on our end before we let eyes peel on it. Because it's like, for me, this has been like nerve-wracking. Like once you started reading it, I was like, so what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah. I was like, why are you nervous, bro? I already know what's going on. It's not like I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like also at the same time, it's like you're noticing more details now than I think you did the first read through.
Well, yeah, because now I need to focus on the details, which is I'm gonna draw and shit.
Yeah.
So.
Which, by the way, for people wondering, if you ever are doing anything creative or doing anything at all, when you do stuff like this, starting to focus on the details means you're well on your way. That means the project is moving swimmingly. Like you want to finesse the little things. That's just us trying to find holes and stuff. That's a great position to be in.
Oh, yeah. Right now, it's more of a dust it off, I guess, poking it pretty. I hope. I really hope so. So
yeah. But it's I really want to thank everybody for turning out for that one, and we will be doing another inside story as we kind of get a little closer and all that stuff, and we can reveal a little more. We have the Substack. We're kind of slowly building that up. And at that point, when we feel like we're getting closer, we'll start dropping some stuff on there. We talked about some other things like Illy suggested maybe we have all this stuff for the world building. Maybe when we get a little closer to after we publish a part of the story that has like that relevant theme to it, maybe posting like an appendix or something like that to like explain what the stuff is.
I was kind of thinking about doing like some files, like what the hell is going on?
Some assholes outside.
Okay, so I was thinking about doing some files for what the characters are or the companies and such, because I still need to work on the logos. Yeah, there's like 2 logos that I need to work on. So
yeah, like the story skeleton, like I said on Wednesday, is pretty much done. Now we're building the structure of the muscle, and from there we're gonna go on to the skin, and then we'll push it out there for the world to see.
Yeah. So we're getting there. I just don't want to rush it. I want it to look pretty. And the date that you said, like roughly March, yeah, I am cool with that. So.
And I think March realistically is probably going to be the part 1 of this. It's not going to be like once we kind of get rolling. It's in a weird way. This is kind of turning into a lot like how you would do a comic book, even though it's not a comic book, because you want to get a lead so the artist can do the pictures they need to. Mm-hmm. But you don't want to, keep delaying, and that's where I don't want to get in trouble. No.
We need to put a deadline so it's over and done.
Yeah. But I think March is achievable, especially given how I've started, editing like a motherfucker, and we're getting there. We are definitely getting there.
But, I'm excited for that. I really hope y'all get to check it. At the end, you can go and check on the VOD page and see what the hell we're talking about. So, yeah. All right.
Yeah, but so just wanted to kind of cover that one real quick. So Illy, as we said, is kind of taking a little bit of a lead on tonight's show, because it's not because I don't want to, but she wanted to last week, and I was like, okay, but I got some stuff I want to talk about too. We're gonna intersperse those. But with that in mind, Illy, what's the first thing you want to talk about?
So, God damn it, you threw me off, and that motorbike is just wanting me to go stab him outside. Anyway, so being close to the season, I want to talk about anime. Like, doesn't make any sense. I know that I was saying about the recommendation of Halloween. Wow, Brandon. Wow. Just gonna wait till you finish this fucking sound I hate. I should have fucking erased it. Anyway.
Actually, I can re-edit it, so I will re-edit it in time.
Please, because it's so goddamn long.
Anyway.
No, it's just that we started talking the other day about old anime and shit. And I got to thinking about it, like, we are all farts. We got that, right? Well, not super old, but pretty old. We grew up really on the 90s, let's say. That was our prime, let's just say it. So, I was thinking, Brandon, what was the animes you really grew up with? Like, I know that a lot we connected when we started talking and shit, but what is the ones that you say, like, you know what, this is kind of why I write like this, this is kind of why I do things like this?
Okay, you want me to go first is what you're implying.
Please do.
Okay, so I will say one thing that I think probably influenced me a lot more than I realized over time. And I think it introduced concepts to me. It's not so much like the story was good, but the aesthetic drew me in, and other ones. There'll be another one later that I think is probably going to make more sense when I say it. But if there was one I had to pick that it's like probably sucked me into the anime community all in, you have to let that go. You have to ignore it.
Yeah, I know. It's just that it's right next to my window, which is kind of weird.
It's right next to my window too. I actually have the window next to me.
The funny thing is that I'm seeing it on the microphone when it's like pa pa pa.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So sorry guys, we have assholes we live next to. It's just the way it is.
As of lately.
So the anime that I would probably say has influenced me a lot, and it's a lot more than I thought, and it's again more on design aesthetics and themes more than anything. It'd be I don't know if it's well known. It was one of those Sci-Fi Channel ones back in the day. So if you're old enough to remember this, and I told you which one it was already, but it's the Iria Zemren, the animation.
Okay.
Yeah, there was just something about that. Like, it was a very strong female protagonist, which, okay, that's cool. I like the aesthetic of the world that they were in. Like it was like Asian cyberpunk is the best way I can explain it because everything had like the hats and like
Oh
all
yeah,
the kanji and all that.
yeah, I remember that because you were watching it. I think it's on Prime, right?
It's on Prime under Freebie. So honestly,
Yeah.
it's not going to change your life. It's not like the most groundbreaking thing ever. It's incredibly niche, I would probably even argue. Which, by the way, you of all people, I'm surprised don't know this. That is based off of a movie series in Japan.
You
Live
said
action.
that. Yeah, you told me.
Yeah.
But I've never seen
So-
the live action, so.
Neither have I, and I think there's a reason for it. But
Right.
it's just like a prequel to that and how they kind of met and all that stuff. Because basically the whole movie series is basically them kicking the shit out of each other back and forth. It's like imagine Kyle Reese and the Terminator, but instead of encasing it into one movie, it's the entire franchise.
Right. Right.
And that's basically what it is here. There's some, like I said, there's some twists and turns, but there's stuff that I look back on now and I'm like, wow, I didn't think that influenced me as much as it did, but it did.
When did you watch that? Were you just
Oh, I was like 6 or 7, I think.
Damn! Well,
Maybe even 8. Maybe even 8.
You
It
know-
wasn't that old.
that's fine. Because the first one that I saw is kind of fucked up. So, that's fine.
But also, we should encapsulate this also with again, if you're not old enough to remember, Sci-Fi Channel, which everybody now knows as SYFY, not as
What?
we knew it, SCI-FI Channel.
Oh,
they
yeah,
rebranded.
yeah.
Back in the day, this was like the niche of niche channels. Like
Oh,
Doctor
yeah.
Who was on there, old school Doctor Who, before it got cool again.
Yeah, I remember that.
Their opening ceremonies had Leonard Nimoy, and their first movie they watched was the Star Trek motion picture. So, I mean, I don't know how much more niche we could get with this.
Yo!
But anyway-
Yeah.
In the summers, they had a thing where it was like, well, we got dead air, and we can't show just the same 4 shows we always show. Let's get anime, okay? And for a lot of people in our generation, this may have been the gateway, among other things. And I still remember, I don't know the girl's name. I don't know what she has done since, or if they just found a random girl on the street and said, dress like this and just commit. But they had this girl who was like a full-on cosplayer, and she had like all the tropey 90s shit of an anime cosplayer
I remember that.
talking about things and trying to get, and like there were like interstitial segments to the shows. And one was they had the Fatal Fury movie, okay?
Oh,
Another guilty
no.
pleasure.
Oh, no.
And all they did with her on that one was had her read Mai Shiranumi's stats. That's all she did.
Yo, I gotta say, I think a couple of years ago, they did something about who was that mystery girl, and they actually got to talk with her, and she was like, "Yeah, they just paid me $1," and I'm like, "Yeah, why not? I'll do it." But I remember that chick. It's
Yeah,
really
but she's
funny.
like super 90s teen girl, and it's like, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, she didn't care. She was having fun, I guess. So.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, but so we need to kind of paint the picture of that there. But,
Yes.
yeah, Iryu Zemrin, that's one that stuck out in my head. What was one that you had for your first taste? I mean, we had other ones besides this, but they were unknowing, so we'll move on.
Look, by the time that I started watching anime in Mexico and whatever, I already watched fucked up things because, if I'm correct, my first stupid thing was Candy Candy.
Oh, yeah, me and somebody were actually. Oh wow, because me and a coworker, like back in the day when I was
Oh,
working
no.
at the store I'm at now, he
Yep.
started playing the theme song, and I'm like, that sounds familiar. He's like, yeah, it's this anime. You heard Candy Candy? Yeah. Like we had to okay.
Yep. Go ahead.
We had to like contact his mom to find out the fucking name of the thing.
Should have contacted me.
Well, I didn't know. Well, there's niche and then there's niche, Illy, okay?
Yo, let me tell you that show, I saw it because my mom thought it'd be a great show for me to watch because she watched it when she was a young girl, and all of my tias, all of my aunts watched that shit. Brandon, I gotta tell you, it was my first telenovela, and it was great. It was great. It was great. It's like, I know, because now that I think about it, once I start reading my stupid fanfics and my stupid stories and all that, it's all about drama, bro. And that show was drama. Candy Candy is like honestly, I think it's from the 60s, if I'm
I
correct.
think 60s or 70s, yeah. We did a quickie dive on Wikipedia once we pieced it
Oh,
together.
it's a beautiful show. It's all about like, if I'm correct, it's on the First World War or the second.
Yeah, so it's like realistic animation, like realistic world animation.
But it's like the classic Big Eye with all the fucking stars and lights and everything. I love that fucking aesthetic.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, it's not like what we consider anime now with like the magical girls and all the other stuff.
Oh,
like,
no,
this was like this was like a period piece, legit, just animated.
Let's just say it's like Jane Austen anime. The anime. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's like a story of an orphan girl that had a... Oh boy, why did everything happen to her? And at the end, she fucking ended up in the same spot where she was in the start, which is kind of funny and sad.
That's where you started.
Yeah, it's like very sweet story. I have a lot of beautiful memories with my family, with my cousins and such, because we all watched that. And right now it's kind of hard to look it up. I think, and I don't want to say it is there, but I think it's on Tubi. But I don't have 20 fucking hours of my life to watch all that show again. And it's great. I think that's what forged my... Like, I guess you can never get what you want, but you can always look for the best in life, even though it sucks.
The wise philosopher Jagger once said, "You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you get what you need."
It's a pretty show, honestly. It's sweeter than it is, but that was my first interaction, and that's after that is when I started looking for my own crap, because then...
and then you went into a weird turn.
And we talk about Saint Seiya. Saint Seiya was the one that I chose. And I remember my parents being like, "You're a chick, what the hell?" I mean, but they're crying, they have feelings, and they're fighting and kicking their asses. Look at all the blood, bro.
let us remember when you were a young child before your brother came along, and your dad went and spent all this money on Christmas gifts, and little you was sitting there chilling with a Bumblebee Transformer. Yeah, just best thing in the world that day. And your dad's like, "I spent all this money. What the hell?"
My dad loved to tell that fucking story, and I'm like, yeah, that was me. That's me.
Ironically, years later, your husband buys you the same one.
Yeah, I still have it there. I'm seeing it right now, which is kind of cute.
It's in the case. It's in the plastic still, and that's fine. I'm not even mad. Just saying.
But it's like, I guess I understand the logic of my mother saying like, well, this is a cute girly show. She also saw another one, but I can't remember I think it's in Spanish. It's called Miss Comet. And that was a magical girl show, but it was a live action Japanese show.
Oh no!
Oh yes, Doctor Who levels of Japanese show, Brendan. And my mom loved it. Like, oh yeah, that was so cute, and it was like so magical. I mean, where's your magic, Mom? You don't seem magical enough anymore. And I got like in the magical girl tragedy lane, but that's how...
you and Misu have since then found a forged alliance in that.
Yeah, we were forced by fire, hard, and blood and tears. But and that's pretty much how I started, and then. Oh my god, yeah, Paco knows. It's all the tragedy. But after that, like, then we had, like, the mainstream stuff.
Of course, your Saint Seiya's, your Dragon Balls, your
Sailor Moons. I think Dragon Ball, I saw it till I was in middle school. Because that's when we got it. I don't know.
That's about right.
Yeah, right? Dragon Ball Z, I saw it in a convention. I didn't even know what the fuck I was watching. It's like, why? What's going on here? I love it. It's so violent. I love it.
Give it to me.
Yeah. It was way before it came into Mexico as a thing, but we were more into other things. I was already in the magical girl fandom, which is Magic Knight Rayearth. That honestly, from all my friends, it was just 3 of us that saw that crap. And it's like, bro, it's the best show ever. And everyone was into Sailor Moon and that kind of stuff because it was the mainstream. So it was fun. I'm not gonna deny it. And you've seen how fucking hardcore fan I'm that. But it's so hard to find figures anymore. I should have if I jumped into the figures when I was younger, it would have been a different
Magic Knight Rayearth, right?
Yeah, but it's hard because they're so goddamn old. So
Well, now you can get the models, as we saw.
Oh yeah. We can get the green one here, but I can order the red one, and it's cheaper online for some fucking reason.
And you like the red one better, obviously.
That's the main bitch. I mean, they always related me with the green one, and I'm like, why? Just because she has glasses? Chick has glasses. Illy has glasses. She's gonna be the wind one. I mean, I don't want to do that.
No, you're all fire.
Yeah, I'm fire, burning the bitch out in the middle of a romance kind of bullshit thing. Is like, that's me, bitch.
Like, in all honesty, it's like, if you actually looked at me and Illy, like, okay, if we're gonna compare like that thing, I'd actually be the green one, because I'm the one that likes to bob and weave and, like, you know, kind of zigzag and, like, you know, be methodical, and she's just like, you know, it's not burnt enough yet. It needs some extra crispy.
Well, the green one in this show is like the sweet and sensible girl, the one.
Oh, the level-headed one. Yeah, now you're making sense again.
Yeah, it's like, are you fucking insane? No.
Like, in that show universe, I would be the green one because I'm the level-headed of us.
You know what's funny? Every time, you know, the boyfriend of that chick is pretty much like you. I always relate Ferio with you, because he is like the warrior, but he thinks. You know, he's like,
it's like, wait a minute, that's not a good idea.
The funny thing is, like, okay, I relate. The couple kind of reminds me of us, but if only that chick was more loud and cussy, that'd be us.
like honestly, it's like when we do strategy, this is what usually happens. Like, Illy's like, I want to kill, and I go,
Listen, shut up for a second.
Now listen to what I have to say, and let's do this right.
No. By the time that you finish, like, the shut up for a second, already punching.
Yeah, you killed like 5 people. Yeah, it's like, well, I'm just covered at this point.
And me flying, like, fucking nowhere.
I learned that very well in 2 games, Destiny and Splinter Cell. And the Splinter Cell at the end, it just turned into comedy. Like, I just sat back like, you know what? We're already fucked. I'm just gonna let her go. Let's see how bad this goes.
I'm so bad at that shit, but it was fun. Oh my god. But like I said, magical girls and shit. But let's talk about the real moolah that actually got us together, kinda. Tekkaman Blade.
Yep, there's that one. Which, if you were in America when we were young kids, that was called Technoman.
Technoman, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had also Technoman.
That was also the very watered down version of what actually came.
Oh yeah, I didn't know a lot of things. It's like, oh.
So if I'm gonna go back to a little bit of old school here, a lot of us in this generation also grew up with Voltron, Defender of the Universe. You know, great theme song. Da 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 da. Based off of a show called Go Lion. Do you know what happens in the opening minutes of Go Lion?
No.
The fucking planet blows up.
A la verga.
Our planet, Earth.
Oh. Oh no.
And basically the lead characters turned into the Satellite of Love crew and just like they turned into Swiss Family Robinson trying to find a new home. It's like Gilligan's Island.
Oh my god.
And they wind up at the place with the lion and all that stuff. So and it gets violent, man.
Yo, I mean, I always like every time you told me about like the Gundam thing, but I was like, we were already married when that happened, right? When you showed me Gundam.
For those of you that are unaware, I think we talked about this on the other show. Illy's first exposure, like true exposure to Gundam, was Gundam Unicorn.
Yeah.
Like, we did not sugarcoat this one.
He told me, look, Illy, life is sucky. This is what you're getting at me. Okay. I mean, good lord. That was great. That was great. I should have watched that shit way long ago.
Yeah. And then I remember in the middle of the thing, it was suddenly like, I literally condensed out the entire Gundam timeline into like a 10-minute rant, which I actually am kind of proud of myself for doing.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Because I just paused the thing. There, you're caught up. Let's go.
Yo, the funny thing is also like there's a lot of shows that I should have seen by my own devices because I'm fucked up like that. Berserk was another one that you showed me like, hey, have you ever seen Berserk? And me, no, not really. I have the movies. You gotta see this shit. Okay.
And how?
Jesus fucking Christ. There's a lot of Jesus fucking Christ that I said like in the first months that we were together. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but with the Tekkaman Blade thing, it amazes me this show has not been more remembered. Like, it's weird how it's like, if you look back on the 90s, there are a lot of anime that like, it was just like, somebody took a shotgun from Japan and fired it in our direction.
Oh,
and
yes.
we got good ones. I'm not saying we didn't, but I feel like with every good one we got, there were like 3 or 4 that were also good that fell under the radar.
Right. And this one was one of those.
This one didn't fall below the radar. This one went underwater and then back up.
Yo, I remember, and this is me. I was already maybe 10, 11 years old. I want to say that. They used to remember the channel USA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's how I watched it. Every Saturday morning, they had like a 2-hour thing of Technoman. 2-hour thing to see it. And I'm like,
so you want to know how?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You want to know how I found it?
What?
Okay, so there were 2 versions of this.
Okay.
So the one that most people are gonna know is it was on UPN Kids when they launched UPN. They had their own kid network on that, and it used to run on UPN. Like it was in America.
I have no idea. So
United Paramount Network.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that was where Star Trek Voyager and all that shit aired on in America.
Oh.
Just so, yeah, you've seen it. It's just one of those local channels that like 3 people knew about, like the WB.
Right. Okay.
So they had their own kids channel, and that's where they showed that. They also showed the Incredible Hulk cartoon, believe it or not.
Yeah, I remember.
Where I actually first exposed myself to it, and it took me a little bit to figure it out, was they had a video store. This video store, when I was a kid, man, they had some goddamn niche shit. Like, remember that puppet thing we found?
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me this.
That puppet show that I found, that Starfleet show, I found that there.
Starfleet. I love that.
And then I found this there. And at the time I watched it, I was watching this like, this is fucking mind-blowing. This is me like 6 or 7 years old. Like, this is not me like that old.
You were small.
I only had like the VHS cassette that they had, which was like one of the early episodes. Like the Blue Earth is still flying up at this point.
Oh my god.
And I'm watching this, and this was all dubbed in English. This is all the cut down version. This was Technoman. But I remember I saw it years later, like when Technoman was on UPN, and I was like, why does this seem so familiar? Then further on, as I got older, I got the DVDs of this damn show, the uncut version, and I'm like, son of a bitch, now I remember this, and it was back to that.
Right.
Funny how things like that just stick with you.
So, I want to say this is funny. I did get to see it in Spanish. To see it in Spanish. No. Remember that character that is transgender or whatever, gay transvestite or what?
They were a transvestite. They were not a transgender.
Okay. It was a transvestite on my show.
Yeah.
It was a dude in the translation in Spanish.
Yeah.
Why is that guy so pretty? And then I saw the one in English. Why is that guy have now a voice of a woman?
Yeah, because they didn't want, because it looked like a girl.
Yeah.
So they just basically made him a tomboy girl.
Yeah.
And now you want?
Yeah.
Want to know the mind-blowing part about all this stuff?
Yes, tell them.
The next anime I'm going to mention actually has a connection to this one in dubbing.
Oh.
Bryan Cranston voiced the drunk soldier guy.
The drunk soldier guy.
The short guy that was always driving around in the car.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston voiced him in the dub.
Yeah, I remember.
Walter White. Yeah.
Walter White is the drunk guy. Yeah, I wasn't surprised, honestly. It's like, when you told me that, you can hear it, honestly.
But the next anime I would actually say kind of influenced me. And it's a weird circle back again. Like, it's a lot of stuff that when I was a kid kind of imprinted on me, but I did make the connections because different names and memory is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be, and I kind of separate these now because the show, or the OVA, I guess it is, that I'm going to tell you about is much better in my opinion. And also, when I tell you who directed and did all of this stuff, a lot of pieces are going to fall into place for people.
Okay.
Macross Plus.
We both saw Macross Plus. Definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Macross Plus was mind-blowing.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't that bad as the original one.
And, well, but the problem is the original one, so again, time travel. Sorry, everybody, if you're just joining the show. It's two old people bitching about anime we grew up with.
Yeah, we also bitch. Yeah.
Which was the style at the time.
Yeah, let me put my old fart music.
That's why I did the curb thing earlier.
Oh my god. So,
yeah,
what about
no, instead we're going to do this.
Oh my god. It's around
Better?
the same fucking time, so.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So, back in the mid-'80s, there was this little show in America called Robotech.
Yes!
Now, to the rest of the world, and by the rest of the world, I mean pretty much anybody outside of America, you knew it as Macross.
Macross. Well,
Macross, yes.
Don't worry, Brandon. We had Robotech too. But we had both of them.
Yeah. By the way, fun fact, the two of those, like the Macross and the Robotech versions, outside of some editing, are pretty much the same. Like the same story beats.
Okay.
I mean, they kind of crowbar in the proto-culture stuff and things like that. So there is that. But otherwise, you take that out, it's pretty much the same stuff.
It
like
is.
The Zentradi are the Zentradi and all that.
I need to ask you a question from Macross, like the original one. Because this kind of resonated hard in my goddamn brain.
Okay.
Remember there was like a blonde guy and a black chick on the thing that were a couple?
Ray Fucker, yes.
Did he die of something?
He died of, in a skirmish in a plane fight, his plane got hit, and it was just, it would be just like in real life in a sense.
Okay.
Like if this happened in Top Gun, Maverick getting clipped in the side there or something, and a bullet kind of flew in and hit him.
So he was dead meat?
Yeah, essentially, but he didn't realize it because, you know, if you realized it, you of course would go get treated or something like that. And there was a scene in the show, because I just recently watched it, I think by like a few years ago.
Did you?
I remember that. Yeah. And what happened was the plane techs are going over to, like, you know, check the car and all that, check the plane and all that. It's like, hey, there's this red stuff in here. And then they cut to the scene where he just keels over and dies because of blood loss.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you weren't wrong in thinking that, because he was the mentor character to the main character.
So you want to hear how he died in Mexico?
He blew up?
No.
Cancer?
He died of AIDS.
Well, hey, you know, public service announcements and all.
Like, I remember because me and my cousin, we were very fixated on that romance, bro. Because we're like, aww. And it's like, he fucking dies. I mean, yeah, why?
You know, in all fairness, it was a better love story than the actual love story of that damn show. Because it was just like, somebody just shut Min-Mei up.
For the love of fucking Christ. Someone shut her up. And I was like, we were like super in love with that story. It's like, aww. And then he died. Of course. Take away what we liked. So, whatever.
And then it's like, and then the same damn song again, which I still find it funny years later. No problem, my March. Thanks for coming in anyway, man. Don't worry. If you guys want alternative viewing to us, please check out his. I'm going to try and get him a shout out here.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up, though.
Yeah, thank you for showing up, and wish you well on the stream. But, hang on a second here. YM Mirage is a younger streamer on Twitch, and, you know, accordingly, plan that in mind when you go in. But he's got a lot of potential, that young lad. So keep it up, kid, and you'll do fine.
Okay. Cool beans.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway, back to if you're just joining us, we're talking about old anime that we only grew up with.
God, that we only grew up with. It's a lot of crap, and I haven't even talked about the fucking movie, so
yeah.
Keep
on.
You're
gonna have to pick and choose. Yeah, but real quick on the thing, I find it funny years later that the Min-Mei music was used in a David Letterman skit.
What?
Like, I just found that funny. It was like, oh, it's so banal and boring. It's 100% right.
You know, for Macross, and if I want music, I prefer Macross 7. Macross 7 had a great soundtrack. It was great. It was all musical, though.
Yeah.
Although,
Macross 7 was good, but I enjoyed Macross Plus because if you didn't know, two of the people that were on that production Shinichiro Watanabe, the director of Cowboy Bebop.
Damn.
And a young up-and-coming artist at the time by the name of Yoko Kanno. I don't know what happened to her.
Who knows? It's a mystery.
Yeah. I think she had something with seatbelts happen to her.
Right.
But yeah, she did the music, and boy, you could tell on that one.
No wonder. I know that there's it's like the prototype of how Cowboy Bebop came about. But
oh yeah, the dogfights in that are amazing.
So awesome.
Yeah. Also, funny thing with the story there, like I said earlier, Bryan Cranston was the main voice actor for that show, for that anime. Like, he was the main character.
Oh,
And then the guy that
Plus?
voiced... Yeah, Macross Plus. And then the guy in America that voiced Roy Fokker actually had a character in that anime, too. And he used the same voice.
Oh.
So, these useless messages are brought to you by an old guy dressed like a wrestler.
So, yeah, it's so weird because this information for me, it's kind of newish because I am not really related with the voice acting in the United States. It's like...
You wouldn't have been until you met me.
Yeah, no. Paco knows it better because we're deep in the fucking lore from back in the day, but now there's so many people that it's like, I don't even know who those fuckers are.
Yeah.
So,
what's a couple of movies you've watched then? Or do you want to take a break from this and move on to something else for a minute?
No, these are the movies from anime. We're gonna... So, I know that I talk about, the series, but I saw a bunch of crap. And you mentioned it, the Sci-Fi Channel. Yep. Sci-Fi Channel had also anime movies sometimes.
There was the whole week was essentially anime movies. They showed OVAs and anime movies. It wasn't like series.
So I got to watch a couple of them, and they were not kiddie friendly. One of them was Lily Cat, which is pretty much a knockoff from Alien. If the alien got into the cat. It was nuts. It was a great show, though. It was a great movie, I mean. Animation was great and such, but it's pretty much Alien. The first Alien movie. Just an anime. Yeah, and I remember watching in the morning in my parents' room, and my parents were confused, like, this is the shit that you like in me. Yeah, and my brother, that's spooky, and me, don't care, don't watch it, I'm watching it. It was kind of hard to watch anime back in the day when we only had one TV in the house that had the satellite thing. But that was one. Then a little thing called Akira. We both watched that shit.
Yeah. But it's one of those things that it's like you don't realize how groundbreaking it was until you kind of sit back and look at the impact it had.
And all the art behind it, it was groundbreaking in animation and everything. Katsuhiro Otomo just nailed it out of the park. I didn't know what it was about back then. I still don't know what it's about right now. But it's great. It's a great watch. Yeah, you said something that it had a 4K thing? Did it?
Yeah, we can get it on Amazon right now.
I kind of want to see it, but at the same time, it's what else am I going to see from that? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one, and this is sad. Grave of the Fireflies. I actually saw that shit when I was 10 years old, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And when I was later in my middle school years, when Target had good anime, I bought the DVD and I still have it.
It's kind of funny you say that. Kind of had a memory in my head here.
No.
I remember there was this old Target we used to have by where I used to live. Okay, this was the first Target in our area type situation.
Right.
And I was in the electronics section, as you do. And they were showing anime on the TV screens, now that they show the TV screens with all the ads
yeah.
Somebody in there had the wherewithal to go, let's show a fucking cartoon. Let's show some anime, bitches.
Oh boy.
I don't know what show it was, but man.
Was it very pretty to watch at least?
I know there was a lot of destruction and buildings being destroyed, and I think there was mechs. So, my brain immediately will fly to that.
You're like, yay, my 5-year-old is great.
Well, look, let's be fair here. Let's be fair. You're in electronics section. You have TVs.
Yeah, you're bored.
There's going to be boys running around there. what are you going to do to entertain them? Show destruction with
Yes!
robots. I mean, you could have put on the Transformers cartoon. It had the same effect.
Yes! That's what we do on our stupid Target, but we don't do that. We put Disney shit, I guess.
Well, that's for little girls.
That's for little boys too, because they put stupid things of Star Wars and shit.
I find it funny. We went to the new one over by us today, which we went to. It's like we saw one of these new concept Targets.
Targets.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Are you okay, man?
But yeah, but they had like a Disney section, not like your guys's.
Yeah, no.
But it made more. It made more sense in my brain. It's like, okay, here's a whole aisle of Disney. I'm like, that makes sense. Oh, look, the Star Wars and other things that people like are over in the actual section that they would be in. A concept.
Yeah. Like, the problem is that our area is, like, so goddamn big, but it just makes bigger messes. That's all I'm gonna say. Because the area is so open, kids with cereal will just fuck you up. They would just fuck you up.
Not only that, and Phoebe agrees if you haven't heard her.
She did.
Not only that, but it's also a thing of, so if you're a collector, you kind of feel, look, I'm not going to lie, I saw some of the Star Wars stuff, and it's like, now I'm kind of like, okay, but it's like, you feel kind of weird when you go over to look at the Star Wars stuff, and it's next to the Disney princesses, and it's like, you're a grown adult looking for a collectible, and the kid next to you is like, I'm a pretty, pretty princess. You're like, I know this is what it's supposed to be, but it's like, could you put a little more of a distance between us? Because I feel weird.
Yeah, you know, it would make a lot more sense if the section of, like, the Star Wars would be on the other fucking side of it. And then the front would be... In the front would be all the Disney Mickey and Friends bullshit. That, well, we're talking about things that nobody knows.
Well, here's the thing that's baffling to me about that.
Yeah.
Did you notice that the only stuff you have in your section for, like, the Disney section is Star Wars? The Marvel stuff, the other stuff that Disney owns,
yeah.
It's all over in the boys section.
Yeah.
Or the action figures section.
We have, like, a fucking spot where all the Spider-Man shit is sitting. Although, we have a little Spider-Man thing next to the Disney thing. I don't know if that works, but that's for little kids, you know?
But it's just a little, like, I get it, you gotta fill floor space and all that, but it's like, it's just weird sometimes, because it's like, first off, it probably saves my wallet money, I'm not gonna lie, because it's like, you know, you see figures, you're like, but then it's like, these are for kids, and then you got the little girl running around with the Ahsoka Tano hat, like, having a ball, and you're like, I can't do this.
Nah.
And it's not because the kid's being annoying, it's just like, this just isn't right, man, I just gotta get out of here.
That's kind of why they put, like, the collector stuff in an aisle in our area, if you haven't noticed. All the creepy people go far away from the other creepies. But I do not appreciate the other collector stuff, like the Transformers and that kind of shit, is near the middle kitty things. You know, the YouTube bullshit, like the lanky box that I don't know what the fuck it is, and all that crap.
I think I saw a promo on Twitter on those guys. Boy, you think I'm loud. Man, those guys don't have a fucking filter. Oh,
yeah. It's like because they think kids love loud things.
No, well, yeah, but it's also to get their attention as young kids. But at the same time, it's like, if I heard my kids hearing these kids, I'd be like, dude, we gotta get you some better stuff, man. Like, come on. We're gonna show you the good shit. Like, I'm not gonna show you that crap. Come on, go watch Tekkaman with me.
Here, kids, watch some war crimes. That's great.
So the best part, the great story quickly here. When I was a kid, we had this video game place that I would take games to trade into.
Mm-hmm.
And they had an N64 there. And this kid came up one day, and he wanted, like, I think, like a Banjo-Kazooie game or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy behind the counter is like, I don't have a copy of this, so you're going to play this. And he just popped in Doom 64.
Oh. Believe me, kid, you're going to thank me.
yeah, I was kind of like, I know you're going to get a lot of shit for that. But you're doing the Lord's work, sir.
Yes. Oh my god. I never had that kind of experience. I would have liked to have somebody just, here, play this crap. You'll thank me at the end.
We've all had those. I remember, like, Mortal Kombat 2, a friend of mine was like, I need to beat Nuke Saibot. I'm like, okay. And he's like, I need you to kind of play with me. And, I mean, I played Mortal Kombat a little bit, but I'm like, okay. And it's like, this is like an hour into this. Right. He's like, come on, man, I need a few more beats. That's like, okay, I'll just... And he won, and it's like, okay, you happy now? Yeah, and I just started going through his like Electronic Gaming Monthly and just started reading shit because he was just confused with that.
Oh my god. I think, to be brutally honest, the only memories that I have right now, for some reason, is resonating, is all the judgment of my parents for the shit that I liked back when I was like, oh, now I was in high school, I think. But you know what? If I liked Berserk and that kind of crap when I was at that age, I'd be in a loony bin. Honestly, knowing them. I mean, I don't know. I'm not
I
sure.
think my parents just kind of looked at my stuff and they were like, okay, he's not doing drugs. It's fine.
I had a lot of issues with my parents with Evangelion. Jesus, Lord, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I can kind of see that one, and I kind of have to be honest here. Like, I think if you're an adult, that's one thing, but it's like when you're 13, 14, maybe not the best thing to introduce a child to.
I was not that young. I was already in high school. I think I was like 17, maybe. And
Okay, yeah, there's an argument to be made there.
that's when I started. Actually, I was 17, 18, because that's when I started watching it. And
we'll be right back. We're in picture-in-picture mode. Continue.
Yeah. So, well, you remember how that show was, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boy. Oh, boy. Remember what I was telling you about the cross thing? There's a reason for that. So, I had the VHS for the End of Evangelion. And the End of Evangelion VHS had exactly the Lilith cross thing. And said the End of Evangelion. And was big and shit. And that one was sent by a friend of mine that lived in another state. Like, it was when the internet started being a thing. Okay. And I had friends and such. And one of my friends from back then had an actual anime store. He sent me a bunch of little things, trinkets and whatever. And one of those was the movie. And me, great. And VHS, great. Boy, howdy, you should have seen my mom's face. Because at that time, my mom was very religious. Let's say it was one of her top things. And my mom almost desecrated me. She wanted to throw me fucking holy water, wanted me to send me to those retirements and whatever with the youth and shit. I think I would have ended up more fucked up than I already am. But I'm just fucked up. And that was one of those, like, I remember I was watching it in my room. Back then I had already my room. Everything was in my room. And I remember my dad coming in. It's like, the fuck are you watching? And remember that scene where Gendo has fucking Rey naked and he puts his hand inside of her? And then there's like the thing that you can see the cross and Lilith and all that crap. My dad's like, you don't have an idea of how much shit you're watching. I mean, this is great. I don't know what's going on. But this is great. So I guess that just resonated in me with all the stuff that happened back in the day. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
So,
we're going to table this one for now, though, because I think you kind of went a little long on that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It went too long.
All right.
That's too much anime for me. That's it, people, for my taco times.
So. Do want to kind of cross over to this real quick here.
What's up?
So over the weekend, since it's my vacation day, I remember you were getting up for work one day, and I kind of had to go, and I opened it up my phone. 4 a.m. Find out I'm in the Tekken beta. I got the Tekken 8 beta invite code.
Oh,
so,
yeah. How
By the way, welcome back in, everybody. If you're just joining us, we're kind of transitioning to another topic, so just bear with us.
Yeah, sorry, I talked too much.
Yeah. The Tekken 8 beta, I have played it a little bit, and I will have more detailed thoughts about it on Substack, and I'm kind of maybe thinking of maybe tonight I can see if anybody I know is playing, because apparently they, Tsing and Rakagoth apparently managed last night to figure out how to get, like, lobbies private.
Okay.
Yeah, for, like, playing is what I mean. So it's like you can play with your friends in the beta.
Okay.
Yeah, so they figured out how to get that done, and so there's ways around that. I will say, as far as the game looks, it's a pretty game. You can't argue that one.
Well, good. It's supposed to be looking pretty.
Yeah, but you've seen it, too. You saw a little bit of it.
Yeah. Looks like a Tekken.
Yeah, that plays like a Tekken, and I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing or not. But there are subtle changes. The heat gauge, though, I have to be honest, I find myself disappointed in.
Okay.
Because what I found out is, as I was playing, The heat gauge is great. It can, like, it's designed to, make the game more aggressive.
All right.
Okay? And it resets every round, so you have a full gauge every round.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, it slowly dawned on me, all it basically is if you use it right, a free combo. That's all it is.
Like
you don't
combo?
you hit like a button.
Uh-huh.
And you just keep hitting that button and it does a combo, and it's basically you just burn that meter or you press them or something. And basically what it's doing is, if Tekken's supposed to be 3D, so that's sidestepping and all that stuff, people are now hitting to the point where dimensions don't exist anymore. It's basically a straight up 2D fighter, because all you're going to do is just keep on that plane, keep on that line, keep hammering, work your chains, da-da-da-da-da. And, hey, Rock.
And, yeah.
It's a glorified 2D fighter at this point, and I find that sort of disheartening, because the intent is to make players more aggressive, and it does achieve that intent. But at the same time, the strategy involved, and I understand it's also a beta, and I understand there is a limited time to do all of this stuff in, but I don't know. I'm kind of a little nervous now with that.
Right.
Because if all it does is turn it into a chain machine, and, I even talked to somebody last night, and they're like, yeah, sidestepping. I don't see anybody sidestepping now, because why? You're just going to push them and push them and push them.
Yeah, you said something about, like, you can't really stop it. It's just gonna go on forever and ever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and basically it's like, it's like you either just read the things, and it does chip damage, so you either just read and pray to God you can get it right, and then take it all in, but there's no way to really counter it that I've seen. Now, I have done with Law, like a parry, where it's like if they throw a punch, he just starts beating the shit out of you with your nunchucks. So that's a way to get around that, but I don't know if that actually works with the pressure of the heat system.
You know what? I got nothing.
Yeah.
For me, it's Chinese, so...
Yeah, I completely get that, but I have reservations on this, and look, I understand that this is just a beta, and we're only getting a taste of it, and I feel people kind of need to take a step back with that accordingly.
Right.
Because the only reason Namco is even doing this is free promotional buzz and free beta testing. That's all they have to worry about.
Right. I mean, that's what a beta is for, honestly.
But everybody's like, oh, I gotta get as much time as I can in. I'm like, why? We're only gonna get a taste of it for 3 days, and then you're gonna be speculating on it for the next 3 months until the game comes out.
I honestly think it's... Well, first of all, I imagine those betas is for, like, checking if the fucking thing is working with the servers.
Yeah, it's exactly obviously. What it is. The beta.
And if it's gonna work in general. So, yeah. There are gonna be changes for real, so...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
but
you're not gonna get the same game. That's the thing. It's gonna get better.
Problem is, I don't know if the heat gauge is something they can, like, amend in this quickly. Does that make sense? Because it's kind of set in stone in a weird way.
I really don't know. I guess I need to play it, I guess, to know. So.
I guess, but just I know it's not a very big topic of conversation on our channel yet. I feel like at some point it will be. But if I had to compare my thoughts on this beta to the Street Fighter 6 one, and I don't like doing this because it's two different styles of fighting games. I walked away more impressed with Street Fighter 6 because it was like, okay, there's some definite change here. This is more shaking up the formula than it looked like at first blush. Whereas this one, it's like, we put a new hat on it. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it.
That's what you're saying, like, it's just a Tekken. And I'm like, okay, is that good? Is that bad? It's like...
Just the way they hyped up this heat system, I expected a little more. And I guess the bar was set by Street Fighter in a sense.
That's the problem. You were setting a bar based on another game. So...
Well, also, the hype they were hyping up about this, like, they were, like, explaining it. I'm like, oh, this sounds really good. I like where this is going. But in execution, I'm finding it's just a glorified easy combo mode. And there is simplified controls in this game, and in some ways, they're worse than freaking Street Fighter 6, which, that's saying something.
Wow. I got nothing.
Well, basically, what this one is, I'll explain this one real quick. First off, this is not something you select a playstyle for. It's not like you go, okay, you want classic or modern. Let's say you just don't want to do anything. You can hit a button on your controller and then just start tapping buttons, and the computer will do the moves for you. You don't even have to do any motions. It's just hit triangle for this, hit square for this, stuff like that. It's not even like thought process put into it. It's basically just I just want to hit buttons.
Yeah, you said that. You said
Yeah.
that.
And I get why people want to do this, and I get why they want to make it simplified for people to come in. This is not good. I'm being perfectly honest here. In my opinion, this is not good because everybody's always intimidated by fighting games. It's like, oh, there's so much skill to learn. It's like, no, there's really not. You just need to sit down for 5 minutes and kind of understand the basics. It's like learning to drive a car, in my opinion. Whenever you start first learning to drive a car, it's intimidating, but once you get a handle on it, you can slip into any car and you kind of know what you're doing. Fair?
Yeah, I guess.
Or like riding a bike. Once you ride a bike, maybe is a better example.
Yes, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
once you get the grip on it, it's obvious how it's gonna work.
And I am not against easy or simplified controls by any means. I think they're a great way to introduce people, but sooner or later, you have to start letting these people learn how to actually play the game. And if you just have a button combo thing, yes, I am, Rock. I'm talking about that. I can see people just hitting that button constantly and just like, all it takes is just it's a battle of attrition at that point.
Okay.
And I just don't think that's good. That doesn't set a good precedent because, yeah, you want people to play with and have fun, but it gets very frustrating when it's like, you can read those moves and all that, but it depends on the internet connection at that point. There's simplified combos in Tekken 7, but they're not as egregious, I felt. Like, I never used them. Like, I never accidentally hit a button, whereas yesterday I was putzing around and I hit a button and it suddenly came up, and I'm like, oh. It wasn't... Yes, there are simplified combos in that. And yes, they found workarounds to that, too. I get that, but I don't like how Street Fighter 6 did the modern controls. I don't like how they're doing this one. And I'm not talking, people will figure these out, but I feel this is setting a bad precedent.
I think the problem is that because you learned how to do the combos and everything, and some people are not good at combos. Me, I suck at combos. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to learn about them.
Well, the thing is, with fighting games, in my opinion, I feel you focus too much on combos in fighting games in general. Because everybody follows the same routine form. It's like, oh, I know this line, I can beat this. And it doesn't... That's not how real-life fights work.
No, you need to learn how to move around and jump around and
everybody's body is different. Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like this. It's like, oh, they're following line 4 of this character, so I just need to counter with line 7 of mine character. And it's like, that's not how things work. And I'm sorry, that's the martial artist in me. I completely own this. But that's not how things work.
I mean, I get you. I think the problem that, for what you told me before, it sounds for you that it's cheating.
It is. Like I said, I don't know how to answer this one because I'm not saying that they shouldn't have these introductory things because you have to start somewhere, and I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to broaden the base, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Right. But the problem is, people are going to get lazy, and it's like, well, I just want to hang with my friends and just play this. And then it's like you got the rank chasers that just want to get the rank and then turn the system off.
I have very enjoyable times when I used to beat the living shit out of my boyfriends in games like that. But because I knew how to move around, not because I knew the combos. I just knew how to move around and how to
Exactly. That's one reason why. Because, like, every style of fighting is different. And to be perfectly honest, Taekwondo, sorry guys, it's not an effective fighting style.
Again, with the Taekwondo, you need to.
No, I'm just using that. That's an example. Capoeira is almost certainly not an effective fighting style.
Yeah, no, that's just dancing around, bro.
Yeah, and Eddie is one of the most broken characters in Tekken.
So, but I see what your point is from a perspective. But yeah, some people are just there to see how the combos work and how pretty they look and how they beat the living shit out of it. And they want to be number one without putting all the effort in it. I think I understand your point. Is that what you're trying to say?
Pretty much. And it's like, first off, I had another conversation with somebody the other day where we were talking about that. It's like, I could spend hours doing this. And I'm like, yeah, I could too. but I have a life. I kind of enjoy, it's like, I'm not the master of this. That's fine. I got other things I'm interested in.
Yeah.
It's not like a singular devotion, and it's like, I see a lot of these esports players that's like, this is all I do, and it's like, dude, go outside and touch, as you say, go outside and touch grass. There's a whole, yeah. It's like, okay, you're making a living off of that. Good for you, I guess. I mean, I would be telling the same thing to a person that said this. That's like, I live and breathe basketball. It's like, well, do you go outside? No, because this court's not there. Okay.
I think I doubt that. Unless he's Dolph Lundgren in fucking Rocky 4.
Well, depends on where you're at, because it's like, okay, if you're in an urban setting, of course, there's basketball hoops a go-go. I'm not even saying that.
Yeah.
But if you're in the country or something, and it's like the only place you got hardwood is, say, your school, and you spend all your time there doing that, that's what I'm kind of getting at.
Yeah. I get you.
The same logic can apply to the street people, too. But it's different. I won't say it wasn't.
But I understand your point.
Yeah, but it's like, anybody that gets singularly obsessed about something, I kind of worry about, and it doesn't matter what it is, but it's like, there's other things to do.
You know what? It kind of reminded me back in the day when they had those pump it up, pump it down. What was pump it up? Right? The games.
Pump the jams or whatever. Oh, okay.
No, the pump it up games. Pump it up. The Dance Revolution. That kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I used to have friends that just went there to like fucking play the same song till they perfected it without seeing it. And me, why, bro? Are you gonna win anything? No, I'm gonna just kick ass. And me, bro, your legs are gonna.
I mean, look, I can't. Here's where the hypocrite comes out of me. It's because it's like, I studied martial arts for years and all that stuff, and I've never gone to competitions. I never fought in anything like that. But and then it's like, you could say the same thing about me. Like, you saw my instructor and how perfectionist he was.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's like, having gone to different places now, I understand why he did that, and also I understand why I do that. And also, you just need to look at the results. Like, he is making a steady living out of it, but he's also expanded out of that since then.
Right. Look, I understand, but
the singular devotion to, but it's like, if it's a hobby and you craft it, that's fine. But it's like, at the same time, you kind of have to step back and go, well, okay, I did enough of that today. This can wait till tomorrow. I should go out and see some people or do something else just to kind of
get some air.
Too much of one thing.
It's like me. I think this me in the last couple of weeks with only sitting. And I was like, I need to sit and watch TV actually for a fucking change. My back is hurting. So I get that. I get it.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing we are if you want to talk about the channel right now, that's another thing we're trying to figure out with the channel also. It's like, okay, so we don't mind playing games on the channel, you and me. We don't. Right. But we also, it kind of goes to that same logic, because it's like, we have a weird spot where we're now, it's like, well, we could just be straight gaming channel, but at the same time, we're not that invested into it.
No, I enjoy more talking about bullshit and doing things.
Yeah, but also at the same time, it's like, okay, through the week, we obviously can't get on here 6 days a week and, like, just vamp. Like, we're going to get sick of that very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's kind of that way with the stuff, so it's like, that's why you do the art streams now. That's why we kind of presented the story we did on Wednesday. And it's like, I'm trying to find other things to do on here, because it's like, it's cool to be a Twitch channel, and I enjoy doing this. I do enjoy streaming. I find it enjoyable more than I thought. And like I said that one time, once you told me that you were trying to get me more social, it's like, it oddly kind of worked.
So I wanted to know new people. I wanted to people get to know me. I wanted people to get to know my work, and I think it's going well. Maybe not as much as I wanted to, because it's hard fucking work. But
anything easy, anything hard, anything work is going to be hard,
But to be perfectly honest, I said it before and I'll say it again. As long as I don't take away the finger from it, everything will be fine. It's just that I need to renovate myself and renovate our images. That's simple as that.
And you've been doing that. I don't want you to think you haven't.
I've been trying so fucking hard.
But it's just like, I feel like right now you and me are in a spot where it's like, we're chemists and we're trying to get that right formula for the success, or not so much success, because I think what we're doing, like, look, we're sitting at 188 followers today, and I'm like, I didn't think 10 people would be listening to my bullshit. So the fact that I've achieved past 50 is like, wow.
I fucking wish there was 180 fucking people on the fucking stream, but well, whatever it is.
Well, life happens, but also at the same time, even if you are listening to this later, or you just set a follow because they seem like interesting cats, I'll catch them when I catch them. That's enough for me to be like, okay. I mean, I'm looking right now, and this is not a knock. We have 3 viewers. That's 3 more people than I expect.
Oh yeah, it's better than 0. I love
Yeah,
that.
like honestly, it's like we will sit here for 2 hours and just vamp regardless. So it's like we might as well just put a mic on and see who shows up. It is the Howard Stern logic of, well, we're gonna talk anyway. Might as well turn on a microphone.
It's what I said. Like I told you originally, the idea was, Brendan, we already bullshit for 2 hours in bed before going to bed. Why not let people hear our bullshit? So.
And then the people in the white coats show up, and then we disappear from society.
Ah, yes. And you really don't get that crazy like you do it, like, because sometimes it's like monkey punches or something like that. You say it's like, what the fuck is going on there? But
because you're about ready to shut down for the night and all that stuff.
And the brain is just not there anymore, man.
Yeah, and the brain's just spewing out whatever's coming out at this point.
Yeah, and I just laugh at it because that's the way we are. So.
But at the same time, you don't get this type of stuff in bed.
Get ready for the next battle.
Oh my god.
So, we try different things here.
Right. So.
All right. So you had some other stuff you wanted to go over tonight, so off you go.
Okay, so now I am going to talk about the Halloween stuff, if you don't mind. Do you mind, Brandon?
I thought you were going to lead off the show with it, so.
No, you know why? Because honest to God, the anime thing was a lot more interesting.
Well, yeah, because honestly, this is going to be more one-sided, because it's like, it's not that I don't care about Halloween, but it's like, there are people that it's like, for 30 days of the month of the year, this is the most important thing in their life. And that's fine if that's what you want to do. I'm not knocking it, but I can't get into Halloween that intensely.
I get ya. I like the aesthetics. I always like the aesthetics. And part of it is because, well, you've seen the story that we worked before the seasons 1. And
which, by the way, you need to get a Substack going to that one.
Yes, and that's where I'm going after that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tease. I'm sorry. I really didn't know that.
Oi. Burning me. Anyway, it is one of my favorite times of the year. And not because, like, I like to see every fucking day a horror thing. I used to be like that. Oh, God! Oh, why? Why did you put the no?
It's
please, no!
2 reasons.
No!
Why?
No!
What happened?
Because it sort of made sense. I was like, oh shit, I screwed up.
Ah.
And also, I wanted to see if it actually showed up on our stream if we heard it. So it doesn't.
It doesn't sound, but
no,
it does sound.
No, I'm just curious.
Remember,
it's fine. Just keep going.
You don't have.
Yeah, no, I get you. No, you're fine. Keep going.
Jesus Christ. So, on my end, is more of I try to like watch something new every season. This year, I think we're watching Loki. You and me. There's nothing that we can watch together because you don't like the horror stuff, but you like Loki and the Marvel stuff, and I think that's Halloween enough.
I wasn't that thrilled with the first season of Loki, but it was like, okay, it was a lot of build up for nothing, but okay, this is interesting, but this one's actually had my attention this year. I won't lie.
Right, and I wanted to talk about that because honestly, goddamn, that fucking little clock. Fuck that little fucking clock. What is it? Miss Minutes?
Miss Minutes.
Fuck that little fucking watch, bro. Fuck that. But, I wish I had a bit more connection with you on that, but it's kind of hard. I did, though, on my end, try to connect with you with the Christmas stuff, even though that there's stuff that I like and you don't like.
Yeah.
But that makes us what we are. We're weird as it is.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to I should have said this from the start because this is more of a what did I watch, what did I do, what did I did so far. So far, honestly, I've been trying to watch shit that I haven't watched in the last few years. So so far, I think I already talked about the haunted, the mansion. Haunted Mansion?
The Haunted Mansion, yes.
It wasn't bad. I kind of want to rewatch it. I think you're gonna have fun with it if you give it a try. It's a lot more better than our last year Hocus Pocus bullshit. That was just bad.
Okay.
I don't know why it was so bad, but it was. Um, and I gave a look at 2 new specials from this year, which I found them.
Oh
cute
yeah,
as
you were
fuck.
watching those earlier.
So Disney decided to do a little stupid stop motion animation with Mickey and friends, and I said I'm just gonna watch it for the lols, and it's been the most cutest fucking shit I've seen in forever, and especially because Minnie is in a fucking Black Widow suit. Not the Black Widow from Marvel. It's actually a spider, and then she turns into a fucking spider. And now,
Oh wow.
yeah, now I kind of want the fucking plushie, bro. We had that plushie sitting there all year, all this last month. Okay, and I'm like, why is Minnie dressed as a fucking spider? And I saw her today, me, son of a bitch. I now need it. And why did I not do like the fucking frog, Donald? Because he's a frog prince, and he looks like a dumbass, and I loved it. And why did I do it? And yeah, I think that's what I miss from back in the day, like the little specials. I think, what was it? Thursday? Was it my day off? So that day, you caught me in the morning watching that Cinemassacre thing that they're doing about the specials, and I always enjoy those. And I think I told you one of the ones that for some fucking reason, and it's not the Great Pumpkin. The Great Pumpkin I saw it way later in my life. Because we didn't get a lot of Peanut stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more of a once in a while, and the Peanuts were at 6 a.m. Like, when the fuck am I gonna wake up? I was watching either that or fucking Transformers. Guess what I was watching, Brandon?
Transformers.
Exactly. So,
I don't remember that many Peanuts TV shows. Like, they had the specials, obviously, but I mean, I don't remember like appointment television being like, "Oh, it's the new episode of Peanuts. I need to watch it."
So they used to put like sometimes in the mornings the specials. I watched the Valentine's Day, which is fucking funny as fuck. Have you ever seen that one?
I think that's actually on one of the DVDs we got.
So there's like a party thing, and all of this is because Charlie wants to like get with a girl that he likes.
Girl,
yes. So he's like all crazy, and then the day comes and he fucking blacks out. Okay? Like all this drama, he blacks out, and the next day he wakes up. Turns out he was the fucking life of the party. Like, he got the kiss of the girl, he danced, he was like the main guy, and like Linus is like, yo, what happened to you? That was great. Like, you had it, everything. Is like, good grief, I don't remember anything. The first time that something good happened in my life and I don't fucking remember me, bro. That, I felt it very dearly in my heart. But those are the specials. No, there's the movies also, remember?
Yeah.
So, but the Great Pumpkin, like I said, I saw it way later. The first one that I remember is like the Raggedy Andy one that I was telling you about. The saddest pumpkin. It's like,
there was also that Mark Twain claymation one.
Yo, I saw that recently. Have you ever seen that one? In full of...
I think I just mentioned it because I would have otherwise.
Yo, I mean, I watched it just for the lulz because I remember the Lucifer, Satan, whatever scene. But I watched the rest of it. Man, that movie is fucked. That movie is fucked. Like, who the fuck thought that would be a kid's show? Like, okay, I think it's on Prime, right? If I'm correct?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, watch it. It's great for like Halloween crap, but it's the spooky shit, I guess. What else did I watch? Oh, also there's like a new show that is not really new called Frankelda, and it's on HBO Max, right? That show came last year. It's not a new show. It's actually an old show that they recently dubbed. And you can see it. It's like, it's in Spanish. And it's really good. Ooh, the scariest movie I've ever watched is Hereditary. I don't even thought about it. It's still in my brain. Brandon, I don't think you ever seen a scary movie. Have you?
No.
He doesn't like
What's
scary
the
movies.
scariest movies you guys have ever seen?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think here. Something that like unnerved me. I'm really trying to think here. Because I mean, I watched like things that had like shivers down. Like I think the closest I can get is like gaming wise, probably Eternal Darkness. That's probably the closest thing I can get to like a scary situation. Because it was the psychological Cthulhu stuff.
Oh yeah, the one that changed your fucking channel, raised the volume.
Yeah, yeah, that thing fucked with me for like 3 days straight when I played that.
I love that game. That game was fun.
Yeah, and we have it actually.
Yeah.
I think I still have my copy floating around here.
Yeah, I kind of want to play it, but we have a problem with the GameCube, is it?
Yeah, we don't have the cables for it. Which, if I had known this, I would have bought them. But you didn't say anything until now.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, they give it to us with no cables.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, a little late for that.
it's just that for horror movies, anything with the good ambient, I want to say it, the good situation. Because okay, I say Hereditary is one of the spookiest, but I have 2 movies that just fucked with me because of the sake of fucking me. Back when I used to be at night shift, well, at night school, because all night I couldn't fucking sleep. It was like, no sleep. I'm just gonna watch TV, I guess. I watched this movie called Lake Mungo, and it's an Australian fake documentary about a girl that disappears. And they start looking at, like, her... I guess she had, like, tapes and such, and they start, like, apparently seeing her in her house, like, popping out and such, like a ghost. And it's really fucking creepy when you don't know what the fuck you're watching. Because, like, you start watching it, and you think it's a crime show. Like, you know, like, oh, yeah, my sister disappeared. She was, like, on the lake. This is in Australia, like I said. And then you start seeing all the crap, and there's some scenes there's like, what the fuck? And at the end, they show you even more creepy things. And imagine me at fucking 2 in the morning watching this, not knowing what the fuck is going on, and it just like, that just like fucked me up all night. That was such a great show, and everyone tells me like that movie is not creepy. It's like, it is not creepy if you already know what's going on. Like, oh, it's a fake documentary, just watch it. It's like, no, I didn't know what the fuck I was watching. And I think
so. Go ahead.
Like I said, I don't think people understand that if you watch it with a certain vibe, you're gonna get a different reaction. You were gonna say?
Okay, so not trying to change the subject, however, some significant breaking news may have just came up for us.
Oh, what happened?
Nothing bad. It's not anything bad. But this was announced yesterday, and I didn't know about this till now. Otherwise, we would have done it tonight.
What?
Twitch will now let streamers simultaneously stream on any service they want.
Oh! You mean that we can do it on YouTube and this?
Possibly. I have to do some digging around, but our network could be suddenly cast a lot more.
Well, son of a bitch. The only thing with YouTube is that we need to do I think a 24-hour thing.
Yeah, hang on. Let me post the link for it, because I know we got a lot of streamers in here, so let me post a link here. Yeah, this could be a big game changer.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not trying to cut you off from that, but it's like, oh, that's... Oh!
Wait, we've been having so much issues, let me tell you. Because we wanted to do simultaneous, like here and YouTube, and with YouTube with the...
Streamlabs.
Yeah,
You had to pay for that.
Yeah. Here, I don't know with the OBS, though.
May have to do some digging, but this might be... Also, that means also... I'm not against, like, at one point we were trying to putting backlog of half-ass and all the other shows on there. Probably, and this is where I've... Again, I am not going to stream on Kick. I don't want people to think that. But I have never said that it was a bad idea for Kick to exist or something of that. I just have questions with how they do things. Competition is good. And we'll go back to wrestling or even video games. WWE now is having to actually fight against AEW and the litany that follows behind them.
Right.
Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft are all fighting each other, and then PC's in there too. But, you know, that's where competition, when free market done right, is the thing. that benefits the consumer.
Yes. Also, like, we get more people, honestly, more
Grows our
viewers and shit.
community and all that. Yeah, that's like for us, this is actually a huge deal.
Oh my god, I would have loved. Well, you know what? If that's the case, check it out so we can backlog again on YouTube, because you want it or not, people are gonna find us better on YouTube, though.
Yeah, but we'll have to put a pin in that one, and but that's kind of huge.
Yeah, that deserves a clap.
Because if you guys are if you guys are not affiliate and you're joining us, I'll just give you a little preview. When you sign up for affiliate status and all that, they actually say in their guidelines, hey, you cannot do a live stream with we're your exclusive content provider. They would be like your first run show, and then everything else would be like YouTube and all that would be your syndication, like repeats.
Yeah, that's what they
But with
said.
this one, if this is true with what they're saying, doesn't matter now. Let's like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Interesting.
So that's next week's show is going to be a hell of a lot more interesting now, because now we have to introduce ourselves to a new audience.
Yeah, I kind of want to. Well, we have a whole week, and the good thing about this week is that I have so much spare fucking time.
But also at the same time, another option we could do also is I am big on Mastodon. Obviously, I like the idea of Mastodon. I like a lot of the concept of the federated space.
Oh yeah, they have that thing, right?
They have PeerTube, yes. So if they're able to do that on there, that's another avenue to open up on also. And we also would connect. Yeah, we could also connect it with our Mastodon and all that stuff. So there's a lot of potential here for growth in a good way.
Well, we just need to be patient till they fucking caved in.
But I would say Kick would have something to do with it. I would also say YouTube would have something to do with it. I mean, look, they're all connected in a weird way, whether you like it or not. Like, there are people that stream on here exclusively. We're one of those. But like Matt McMuscles does his streaming on YouTube. Maximilian Dude, if you like him, I know he streams on Twitch and pretty much drops them over on YouTube afterwards.
Yeah, so I know that I follow a couple of them that do the podcast on YouTube, but they stream on Twitch for gaming.
Yeah. So it's like it's something. It's kind of like crossplay on video games. It's something that should have been coming a long time now.
Right.
But that being said, I don't know if it's going to work on gaming. Like for this is great. But for our game streams, we're probably still going to have to stay on Twitch.
Most of people do that. Like, let's stream here, but the podcast, we can do it on YouTube.
But we can hit all at once on here, and then it's like, well, if you want to see gaming, come on over. You're going to have to check out the Twitch channel and maybe do long-form stuff on YouTube, stuff like that.
Well, that'd be great, though.
But that's a good thing. It's great for content creators, I feel, and it's like it's about damn time somebody did something like that. And yeah, you know what? If it was a Kick thing that kind of made it work with that, then Kick has done its job. It can go off into the Mortal Coil from now on. I know they won't, but still.
No, because it's so much easier to do a lot of sketchy shit there. So.
It's not so much sketchy. It's just people. I feel a lot of streamers get this idea. Look, we probably did the same thing here too, and I defy anybody to not take a look in the mirror and ask the same question. A lot of people, when they start this thing, are like, I'm just going to plug in, just going to vamp for a few hours, they will come. It's sort of the if you build it, they will come thing. Except you forget that in Fields of Dreams, Kevin Costner built the damn field.
It's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, if you build it, they will come. Yes. There is significant renovation that must occur. It's not like plug in and play. You gotta be like, well, I gotta measure the wood, I gotta paint that wagon, I gotta do this.
I mean, the problem with me, for example, when I talk about my streams of art and such, that I can't do titties and shit, it's kind of hard, but that's kind of why Picarto exists. So, but I don't want to bring people seeing that, because I learned that fucking thirsty people. You were talking about that earlier.
Oh yeah, we had talked about it earlier.
So I don't want
but
that.
Also at the same time, in my opinion, if we ever get like a Patreon or something going like that, I see no reason why you can't do it on a Discord like that. They're not gonna be able to stop you there.
Oh yeah. I mean,
if people want to see nudity, they'll pay for it.
Yeah. I know.
I feel so bad saying that. I feel dirty kind of saying that. Even.
You feel dirty? I'm the one that draws it. Imagine how
I know. Well, I mean, we had that conversation earlier about that chapter. I'm like, so I need an opinion because this might be bad.
It's not bad if it's not. I said, is this like this or is this like that? And you're like, there's this in me. Okay, so I need to read it though.
Yeah. I foresee possible significant editing coming.
But you know what? It's like, this is not the worst. I can bet you money. This is not the worst thing. The only thing that I need to check, and now I need to pay attention, is all the action. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the one we're kind of trying to figure out here.
Because let me tell you, I've been getting really good at that. So, yeah.
Okay, so didn't mean to derail you from your thing, but I imagine since I kind of announced it without announcing it, you have something you want to announce.
Well, son of a bitch, Brandon. So, okay, well, like we talked about the last time, yes, Brandon and me have like a project. On my end, I have another one that I've been working for more time than that, I guess. Is it? Yeah, right?
Because it's before because we were dating at that point.
Yeah, like the whole concept came in 2013, maybe 12, something like that. And
maybe a little bit later, but not by much.
It was around that time. It was before we met. So anyway, the thing of the matter is that I've been working on that seriously for more than a year. So I already have the whole full first season of that shit. Just need the drawings for half of that season. But I was thinking about putting it on Substack. I'm starting to edit it, and I'm proofreading, not changing jack shit, because it's already changed like a million times. I'm as bad as Brandon, honestly. Not gonna lie there.
Well, that's what I kind of found when I did this was like I have that tool, and it exports it into a file, and at that point I just blow it up and do what I need to do with that. And I don't touch anything in it. If I need to, I'll go back into the thing. But otherwise, it's like I'm just doing repositioning of paragraphs and checking my grammar and all that. And just...
On my end, is more of a, well, this doesn't sound right, and what I've been doing. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm going to sound like very hypocrite on myself. I've been using AI. Not the way you think that I'm using, like editing or such.
No, I don't think it's a tool.
Yeah, I'm using the voice thing, so I hear it. Like, one thing is reading it, and another thing is hearing it. So I have this stupid ass thing that actually talks and says it. I mean, okay, this makes sense. So I'm going slowly but surely with it. It's really weird to hear my characters talk. It's really weird. Not gonna lie there. But it's got there. I really like how it sounds and how it looks and all that. So I think if everything works out, and we need to like really check how we're gonna do it with yours, I think I'm gonna do a couple of Substacks with your story in mind to see how the art changes and such, like just technical stuff, and then I'm gonna start doing the story. But this is completely different. This is night and day from what the other project with Brandon, the ones with you. The dominant ones, it's a more sci-fi thriller, sexy thing. Mine is more of a dark fantasy romance bullshit. And if you like that kind of stuff, that kind of smut, Bob's your uncle, I guess. Yeah, I love that kind of crap. And there's a lot of paranormal stuff, because I did put a bit of grain of that after all the stuff that I like. If y'all sit on my streams, you can hear all my ghost stories and that kind of stuff. That it really evolved the story. The original story, though, was made by Brandon. All of this is based on a little story he gave me a while ago with a couple of characters that I made, which are the main characters. And Brandon just pretty much gave me like, here's the story, do whatever. So it's based heavy on that story and in the world, because the world is made on the image that Brandon gave it. So
yeah, I just kind of made it. She probably did better work on it. I just kind of like, yeah, do that. That's fine. I'm cool.
Yeah, I know, but you gave it a little life on that. You're pretty much the spark, and I gave the trauma.
I'm the Spike Spiegel who just saw the VCR machine and just started kicking it, and what ship works better when I kick it.
Yeah, pretty much. But I am kind of excited on showing it. That world is it's been a long fucking project of mine, and I am kind of excited on showing it soon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
By the way, since we're here, we know we got Rockagoth in here. I saw her in here.
Yes, she is.
There's something that she's been doing that you're going to be on very soon.
Oh yes. What day is it?
Well, I think it's next week, but if nothing else, there are plenty of people that have been on this podcast that it's worth listening to. If you want to listen to me ramble more, I was in the first season. Illy is in the second season.
Yay.
But honestly, I've listened to them. They're very good. She does a very good job at interviewing. If you guys want to find some new Twitch streamers that you like, do give that a listen. I put the Apple Podcast link on there. If you type in the show, it's in the basement with Rockagoth, I think it is. You can find it on Spotify. That's why I listen to it. I think Audible has it. Amazon Music, like your podcast area of choice should have access to this.
The place where you feel better with the podcasting. That's it.
Yeah, and it's she does a very good job, and there will probably be more seasons. I have very much faith in that. But also, like I said, she's interviewed Illy. She interviewed me. She has been a very good friend to this channel in more ways than I think a lot of people really understand at this point.
Yeah.
And she does so much for her community, and she does a lot of hard work. Yeah.
Yes.
And she deserves all the credit she gets and more, in all fairness. But if you guys are looking for something to listen to on the drive to work, or you're at work and you need something to listen to, got about an hour there. They release every Friday. Like I said, I think Illy is next Friday, or this coming Friday, rather. But there's friend of the show, Epic Ranger 86 was on, I think, this week. And Savior, another friend of the show, was on last season. And it's all kinds of people. So really, you got a whole smorgasbord of people. Go enjoy.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how that sounded because I was so nervous on that thing. So... let's see how it goes. High hopes. High hopes.
Yeah. But, that's the one thing I like about our community that we have here so far, we are slowly beginning to build to, is I can go to, we can come on here on Saturday nights, and if we know somebody has a project they're working on, and look, even if we only have 4 viewers, I still feel it's 4 people that may not know, we can get that information out to them, and that can, it grows our community, it lets us all kind of share each other's projects. This is the kind of stuff that I do enjoy on Twitch. And now that I know that we can actually move on to YouTube and all that, we can expand that. Christ.
Even though that is going to be another nightmare, a complete different nightmare. So...
well, it's a nightmare I think we're willing to take on.
Twitch was a nightmare, and then we were like, we can do this.
Yeah, so... but in all fairness, really, if you guys are wanting a podcast... it's either that or I would recommend the Al Franken podcast, but nobody wants to listen to that much politics, so...
I hear a thing called Paranormal, and it talks about paranormal shit.
all my podcasts are incredibly dry, except for this one. Like, hers actually has personality. Mine is just like, well, we're going to do Lincoln Douglas-style debates now.
Well, mine was like, I don't have different kind of things. All of them are like, okay, this one talks about ghosts, this talks about UFO things, and the other one talks about more ghost things. It's like, that's my thing. I don't have anything in the middle. I love hearing those kind of ghosty stories.
By the way, I will say we have a couple other people in our community that are working on projects that when they are ready to announce, please feel free to let us know. We will definitely give you the plug that you deserve. So don't think we're just focusing on that one. I know of a couple other that are working on things, but we're still waiting.
FYI, if y'all were in my Twitter the last couple of days, I posted a couple of artworks, and they're for a coming tabletop game. I can't say what tabletop game, but it's a tabletop game for horror. And I'm working with Misu at this point. I love working with her.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that, but I'm not gonna say what it is about. It's just horror shit. So
from what I've heard of the stuff, though, looks pretty interesting. So
yeah, she's a good writer too. God damn, is she a good writer? I only have
Probably better than me, I'm sure.
I have so many talented friends. It's so weird. I love that. That's what I love
Yeah.
about the fucking community. It's like we're not all couch potatoes. We're not potatoes that just bomb it out of their mouth crap. It's people that actually do things, and it's really fun.
Well,
to
we
hear.
try to varying results, you know.
Yeah, well, maybe I puke cute and sexy things at the same time.
Yeah,
So.
honestly, we were both really nervous about the. Well, by the way, we'll be back in picture. We were both really nervous about putting that thing we put out Wednesday because it was like, but the community has been very receptive to it, so I'm very happy to see that.
I just wanted to say, on my end, it's like when we started this, because honestly, I started this shit and then I said like, no, Brandon, you need to learn how to swim, and I just threw you into the water.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is. Sometimes you need to like, Brandon, let's see if it floats. If it floats, it's good. If not, we need to fix the boat. That's pretty much what it is. And it looks like it's floating, so yay. That's how I roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, so I'm happy with how things are going, obviously, and again, a lot of that would not come from. We have a very talented community, and I'm happy we're able to share these things with each other and grow as a group. And, you know, we'll do our own separate things, but we're all there to support each other, and that is something that's very rare, I found. So,
yeah.
The fact that we can do this is, I'm excited for a lot of things I'm seeing people do. I'm generally excited for because I see a lot of potential in things. It's like, maybe we all got together at just the right time, and this is the push we all needed.
Yes, it's just amazing how it's been working. I wish it was bigger, but it will take time.
We'll get there.
It will, and I'm just happy for everyone that has been in the bunch.
Yeah,
so.
I completely agree. But so no, that's like I said, there's a lot of good things coming down the road, and I'm happy to see that.
Yeah, I'm really happy with everyone. I hope everyone is getting where they want to. Heck yeah. So
hopefully.
Yeah.
By the way, we forgot to watch it before we came on the air. What? We needed to watch that fucking Rampage, Mystico.
Maldita sea. Well, we'll watch it later.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on the. I'm sure it's on the DVR or something.
Yo, I drank too much coffee, so I'm not gonna. Yep.
He says this in about 5 minutes.
Like last night that I didn't let you sleep because I was snoring really hard, according to you. I could hear.
Well, when I walk out here and I can hear you, I was like, okay, it's a little much. The problem is also because I'm on a vacation for 4 days, and you said it yourself, and I didn't think about it until you told me. I am so used to like running hard and coming home and sleeping that it's like I haven't been running hard for 2 days, and my body's kind of like I can't sleep. I still got energy.
Anything is gonna wake you up.
Yeah,
for sure. So that's kind of why I'm like, sadly not. I'm tired.
And this is one of those things where it's like I have to be very careful. Because on the one hand, I'm like, well, I should just stay up until I fall asleep. But knowing my luck, that's going to be like 3 days straight, and then I'm just going to crash for that fourth. So it's like I have to force myself to keep on routine.
You're going to feel it, bro. You're gonna
feel it. But at the same time, it's like it's like I want to take all the time I can with this. It's like the other night I was like, oh, I could do this, I could do that. It's getting kind of late. I need to go to bed soon. It's like I'm still thinking in that way, and that's good. I'm thinking that way.
Yeah,
because I think if I was like something like, well, you don't have to do anything for like 5 days, I would be like up for 3 days. Like I built 3 models, I finished the story, I edited everything, and oh, by the way, I got this done, and I built a hat.
It's what I'm saying. You're gonna take advantage of the free time. It's what I do. So
yeah.
Oh my god.
Welcome back to the Half-Ass Show. If you guys are just joining us, we are just vamping at this point. We were talking about our community and how it's grown. If you're new to the channel and you like what you're hearing, though, why don't you become part of that community? Why don't you join our cult? Hit the follow button.
Follow us.
Find the Discord. We have a Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, there's the Discord. Come on in. We got an art section, all that stuff. Share your fun. Whatever.
Yeah. Y'all need to be there. Please talk.
Well, we're all busy people, so.
Yeah, well, I'm more active on fucking Twitter. You can find me at draws Illy because Illy draws already exists.
Yeah, I'm starting to I'm starting to get more into Blue Sky. It's like it feels like it's finally starting to kind of sync with me.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Yeah, and then Mastodon's gonna Mastodon, so I don't. That's my little oasis from social media when it's like I just had too much of this shit.
I think tomorrow I'm gonna start with the Blue Sky thing because I guess I don't know.
Yeah, there's more people there than you think.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it, but I didn't want to be in the first round because then it was gonna be cluttered as fuck as usual. So I just waited.
Actually, it was. I found the exact opposite. It's like there was nothing going on. It was like not cluttered. It was just like I've said before. Blue Sky is like your like your nose is up in the air type situation because it's invite only, and I think it's now becoming their marketing gimmick. It's sort of like Cartman Land in South Park, where it's just like I have an amusement park, and nobody can come.
Yes.
And then they suddenly realize, like, oh, we actually have to have people come in to pay the bills, so they're bringing people in now slowly.
Yeah, I get you. I understand that. Oh my god! Hey, but it's almost 2 hours. We made it!
Yeah.
Yay!
Hooray! Well, on that note, what do you got? What do you got planned for this week, Illy? What do you got going on? You got anything going on this week?
I got no fucking clue, Brandon. I'm gonna exist. I'm off on Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ! I have 2 days off in a row. Whatever should I do? I would like to play something if I can. Jesus, I kind of need to. Stream
Get
art.
ready for the next battle.
I'm not gonna play Tekken, Brandon.
I know.
I'm not gonna play Tekken. I guess I will do a couple of streams those 2 days. Something. One is gonna be art related, definitely, because those are just so chill.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try and do them early in the morning. If that's
cool. I'll take the night shift at that point.
Yeah, the night shift. So that's my plan.
Okay.
If everything works out. I don't want to kill myself with drawing everything. Jesus fucking Christ, I need to stop. But yeah, yep. That's my idea.
Okay. All right. So Wednesday and Thursday this week will be Illy days in the mornings. It sounds like
with coffee and breakfast. Yes.
I have the Tekken beta. I will be streaming that. I'm thinking tomorrow at some point because I'll do some Tekken stream tomorrow. It'll be an unplugged. There will not be a PNGer on this one because last time we tried that, it blew up in our faces. So I'm not even gonna try that one.
Just do it with the PlayStation 5, baby. That's better.
Rock it with the PlayStation 5. Get my headset and do all that, and you can listen to me curse as I get my ass kicked. For Super Tuesday, I don't want to stream Spider-Man 2, and I know that sounds counterproductive, but it's more because everybody's going to be doing it, and I don't want to be that guy that ruins the game for somebody. Because I know a couple of people who are streaming that, and I don't want to go into their streams for that reason.
What? Why not? Do you don't want to play that Marvel thing that we have?
The Marvel thing that we have. Could you specify, please?
The one that is like with the X-Men and the Marvel Universe kind of thing? The one on...
Oh, on the Switch?
Yeah.
It's a thought. I mean, we got enough games of that, so I'm sure I can dig up something. It's just,
it's super.
You know what?
What?
I may even do Injustice now that you mention it. I forgot I had
that. There you go.
Yeah. So there'll be something more. It's just like maybe I should switch over to a different comic.
Change to DC, I guess.
Yeah. I read more DC comics, although lately Marvel's been kind of sneaking up on me. So.
Before you continue with that, I still find funny and cute that you got me that comic just because Nightwing is in the fucking... like, he knows. Yeah. He knows that that's my ass. That's my ass.
So if you don't follow comics, the Nightwing comic book series, which by the way, this current run is amazing. If you need to start at issue 100 and just kind of it's great little short one-shot pieces. They're not bad. They build together, but they're short and digestible. The cover to this current one is literally like your old like romance novels. Like it's Nightwing dressed in all pirate garb. He's on the boat, and there's like let your mind run wild there, ladies. And I saw that. I saw that. I was at the comic shop. I was with Illy, and I showed her. I'm like, I'm buying this for you.
Oh my god! And I've been seeing it every morning. Like, oh, hello, baby.
Honestly, I'm kind of considering maybe if there's another copy there, I'll get one and have it framed get it framed so you can just have it hang. I'm not kidding. If it's cheap, I might do it.
It's just funny. I like the cover. I was like, oh my god, is that Nightwing? I still need to look for those artworks that I told you about that are like weird, but oh well. Cool beans.
Well, nothing.
Cool beans.
You know, DC's bad when they have a swimsuit cover, and it's like everybody know. It's like we all know what you guys are here for, and they just don't even hide it with the Nightwing thing. It's like we all know what you're here for.
Yes,
there
sir.
you go.
Yes,
the story's
sir.
inside. Enjoy.
I haven't seen a good figure of him. If that.
The McFarlane ones. I'm sure there will be one. If not, it'll be a reissue because it's like. McFarlane toys and Batman figures are like the DC animated universe and Bruce Timm. There's always a Batman.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess I never digged into it, so might as well, maybe.
Yeah.
My bisexual ass can have a figure of him between my girls, so I don't know.
Well, you got a Gundam sitting over there currently with them.
But she's a chick!
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yes.
All right, so Super Tuesday is this week, and then I guess Thursday night it'll be the Is He stream.
Are you?
So yeah, I might stream, I might not stream. We don't know when I'm crazy like that.
Oh no, when is that? Friday?
That'll be Thursday.
Oh, but I play on. Oh, but I'm gonna do it early. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Move along.
So, yeah. Also, if you wanted to go at night, I would happily secede. You have priority that day, in my opinion.
Doesn't matter. I'm probably gonna do it early.
Yeah. But we'll figure out what I'm doing with that one. I have no idea yet. And then, of course, we have the Half-Ass Show on Saturday night next week. And if this week's been any indication, there's no news, expect a lot more vamping.
Oh, boy. I will sit on something and invent something like today that I rant over anime for like an hour. So be wary. I may do it again.
Volume 2.
Volume 2 of bullshit.
That's good. That's like we were talking off the air. It's like it's kind of good that she did that because it's a counterbalance to basically comic books and video games. It's like I'm okay with this.
Next week is gonna be all about magical girls and how they traumatized me in my childhood.
And the following podcast will be Brandon's musical extravaganza. Just sit down and shut up.
It's gonna be a combo of that, like, oh, you want to hear how we are? Buckle up, bitches.
It's like, oh, you never heard about the story of 2112 from Rush? Well, sit down, children. We're about to educate you. And it's like, I did not need to go. I did not need to know that Ayn Rand inspired the drummer of Rush to freaking make this song. And it's like, wait a minute, Ayn Rand is a conservative. It's like, yes, your brain will break on this. Just let it go.
And then it's gonna be me next week with Yuki Yuna is a hero. Like, did you know that that's like Evangelion and Friendship is Magic? Like the same thing? Oh, and everyone ends up in a wheelchair. Guess what? It's not a pretty picture. So anyway, we're a
and then we're not even counting the fact of the random information I just spew out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, like, oh, this just in. It's like, yeah, that's our podcast always. It doesn't matter. We're happy.
It's chaotic, but that's why I'm the chaos director after all.
Yes, you direct the chaos. You do chaos magic. I've said it before.
Yeah. Quick thank you to Rocket Goth for stopping in. Thank you for Paco for stopping by also.
God bless him.
Your mom is currently, I think, still streaming. I don't know. Maybe you'll rate him. I think maybe you're rating.
Misu is here. I can see her in the stream.
All right, Misu, thanks for stopping in, even though you're doing your thing.
She's probably working. Yeah.
Oh, he's okay. All right, actually, if we're done, we're gonna stream out to a newer friend of the show, one who actually just recently hit 100 follower threshold. Alphabet Streams. We're gonna stop over and say hi to him. So, you got anything else you need to say?
I don't know. Brush your teeth before bed. Don't eat enchiladas because then they will make you boom boom.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks everybody for stopping by, and we will see you all next week. For now, stand by as we go and raid to Alphabet Streams, and they are doing a talk show and podcast themselves. So let's join right in.
Night night, everybody.
Gotta wait for the raid to kick in.
Here, I'm gonna put the other one.
And raid. And now I have to go over there.
Oh, I'm already there, so I'm gonna disconnect. Yeah.